What is up, guys? Rick Hackus here, and with the Taken King update 2.0 hitting Destiny, the Crucible meta has changed drastically. A lot of players are examining different gun types and different setups and wondering what is good, and definitely one of the most looked at setups is with auto rifles. Auto rifles, although I don't think they're quite competitive just yet when compared with the other gun types, they're certainly not unusable in the Crucible anymore. And so a lot of players are looking at the auto rifles and wondering, well, what's good with them? What are good setups? What are good perks to have with your auto rifles? And so today we're going to examine the highest possible damage you can achieve with an auto rifle in Destiny. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, there is 3 different types of auto rifles when you break them down into categories involving rate of fire and damage. There's the highest rate of fire, lowest damaging auto rifles. In this category includes the Atheon's Epilogue. Then there is the not quite lowest damage but still high rate of fire auto rifles. That is the Abyss Defiant. And lastly, there is the slow shooting, highest damaging auto rifle archetype, and this is the Summoner. These 3 auto rifle archetypes are not changing whatsoever when moving into the Taken King. All Taken King auto rifles will slot into these 3 categories. So to achieve the highest possible damage, first we need to start with a high damaging auto rifle like the Her Right Hand Queen's legendary auto rifle. The Her Right Hand is a perfectly acceptable auto rifle having pretty average stats across the board. The next thing you need to do is roll the Focused Fire perk for your high damaging auto rifle. The Focused Fire perk lowers rate of fire but increases the damage to the highest possible amount you can achieve with an auto rifle. Now, normally the high damaging auto rifles can achieve 25 damage to the head at the closest possible range, but with Focus Fire that is increased to 33 damage, again at the closest possible range for a headshot. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering, is that an effective setup to run? Well, firstly, the damage benefit is nice. Moving up from 25 to 33, that's a decent chunk of extra damage. The problem, however, is that the rate of fire is drastically slowed down. You're going to lower your rate of fire to the point where it's comparable with the fast-firing scout rifles like the Deadshot Luna. The only difference is those scout rifles do 43 damage for a headshot. That vastly outclasses what you can achieve with an auto rifle. Another downside is that Focus Fire does not increase range. So although 33 damage isn't terrible when you consider you're using, something like a 30 round auto rifle, you are not getting that 33 damage for long. The damage starts to drop very, very quickly. Whereas if you're using something like a scout or pulse rifle, you have insanely more range. However, there is some advantages to still using an auto rifle. Firstly, you have the option to zoom out and then hip fire at a much higher rate of fire. And as I mentioned earlier, auto rifles can spawn with much bigger magazine sizes than scout rifles. But when weighing the pros and the cons, I would have to say that utilizing a setup where you can achieve the highest possible damage for an auto rifle is pretty terrible. When using this setup at range, you're gonna lose out to basically every other gun type. Scout rifles, pulse rifles, hand cannons, they're all vastly more effective at range, and they all have vastly better time to kills. Now up close, you do again have the advantage of being able to hip fire at a much higher rate of fire. However, it's probably better just to take out your shotgun. In case you guys don't know, a lot of people have done some pre-patch and post-patch footage and compared the kill distance of shotguns in PvP. They're actually basically the same. The Felwinter still snipes the hell out of everyone. It's probably more effective to simply switch to your Felwinter than it is to try to pick away at someone with hip fire. Now this is really unfortunate because I would have loved this type of auto rifle to work, basically turning your auto rifle into a semi-scout rifle, but again, it's just nowhere near competitive. That being said, the gameplay you're seeing, I actually went 14-1 with this setup, so you can do well with this gun. But frankly guys, having a few good matches in the Crucible doesn't mean anything. It speaks more to the skill of the player than how good the gun is. To assess a gun, you've got to ask yourself, in the scenarios that you actually do get kills, and especially impressive kills like double kills, you ask yourself, could I have gotten those kills with another gun type? With this setup, certainly the answer was yes. In fact, I would have probably gotten a lot more kills if I was using just a plain good scout rifle like the High Road Soldier. You've got to ask yourself, in the scenarios where I die, I don't get a kill, could I have gotten that kill with another gun type? Again, the answer is yes. A lot of the times when I died, I didn't win gunfights. If I would have been using a higher time to kill weapon, I would have won that gunfight. There was a lot of gunfights where I got the enemy down to low health, but I just couldn't win. My time to kill was so pathetic, there's no way I can beat anyone using something like, for example, the Mita multi-tool. This is a cool and honestly kind of fun setup to use, but I cannot say that it's effective. Now that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please remember to rate and share this video. It really helps me out. And if you want to see more Destiny content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me, ask me questions, anything like that, the best way is on Twitter, and that's going to be linked in the description of this video, as is my Twitch channel, which you can follow as well. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.